There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
The first thing we're going to do, as always, is take a look at how the one pair data accounts have been doing. You know, we always love to look at these one pair data accounts, see how they're doing, the pairs that are performing, the pairs that had taken some losses back in Ukraine war times, never recovered. And I'm proud to say that many pairs have been starting to recover. There is one pair that has recently been moved to our worst performers list, and we'll be sending an update on that, and that's NZD CAD. It was not a worst performer. It has now been added to that list. But, you know, we can see that the pairs that have been performing the best are listed, you know, here. Now, some of them have had some higher drawdown, so we also take into account drawdown, not just gain. We take into account all these things when factoring the best performers. And, you know, what we've noticed is that USD CAD has been a top performer. GBP AUD has been a top performer. GBP USD has been a top performer. AUD USD has been a top performer. Great British Pound New Zealand Dollar has been a great performer. Euro USD as well has been a great performer. CAD CHF had hit a higher drawdown in the past. We've raised entries since then. Euro NZD has also taken some losses recently, but, you know, and it's had a higher drawdown. So again, it has been on a worst performers list because it does have unexpected moves. Now, when we take a look at NZD USD, it's a great performer. It's only gotten 20% drawdown, and it has produced 52% profit. It's not exciting to run a standalone by itself, but has it performed? Has it made money? Yes, it has. Same with Euro AUD. Has it had some ups and downs, but its drawdown has stayed reasonable. So that's the big thing we always want to look at, is we also want to compare profits to drawdown, because if, you know, the drawdown touches over 40%, it's ideally not, you know, likely. But if we stay under 40 in the 20 to, you know, 35 range, that's a much better strategy. AUD NZD, we can see, even though it's had its trending moves, its drawdown has stayed reasonable. Now it hasn't made a lot of profit. So you take these things into account when deciding what pairs you want to run. It's very important to look at this one pair data. Now also keep in mind that these accounts have touched higher drawdowns because these are also $500 accounts. You would never be trading a $500 account with these pairs typically. So in understanding that, if you were running 1,000 and 1,500 and up, okay, then you'd be running 3 max pairs, which you still would treat like 500 for each pair. If you're running 3 pairs on a 1,500 account with a 0.01 starting balance, it'd be no different than this situation right here. So that's important to also take into account. Now, as you have more capital and more money in there, if you're sticking to 0.01 per 3,000 and things like that, maybe you can add some more of these pairs, because your drawdown wouldn't be as high based on your risk, how you're managing your money. But we can see that, you know, what's really cool to see is, you know, if we go look at these JPY pairs, they have been making back that money back to get to break even. You know, if we look down, we can see all of them. Even Euro 8 JPY on its absolute gain is back up 5% because we have taken withdrawals from this account, as you've seen. The JPY, AUD JPY, it's back in the profit. CAD JPY, again, is back in profit. You know, now that's not exciting. Doesn't mean we should run it. Look at the drawdown and look at the fact that it's literally break even after how long. So again, some pairs, you know, this is almost a year running right here, June 21 to now, and it's made no money. So JPY pairs, as we've talked about, we don't like JPY pairs very much. They tend to be what I consider to be not my friend. You know, now if we come over here, let's see. about going over to my managed account. For some reason, my Microsoft Remote Desktop deleted every password to all my VPSs, so I'm actually having trouble getting into any VPSs right now. It has literally randomly deleted everything from my keychain, and I'm not sure where my keychain went. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But for right now, I can't get into any of my VPSs because all of a sudden all my passwords have randomly been deleted from my keychain. So I'll get to that another time. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys my VPSs today. So let's go to the chat box, see if anybody has any questions right now. Have you successfully transitioned into the Discord platform? Yes, we have. We have successfully transitioned into the Discord platform. So please note that we will be moving forward in Discord. We are going to try to exit from Telegram to move away from scammers. I know some people have their feelings on this. It's a big transition, but we believe that it's something that is going to create a lot of success for our users. So, very exciting to be said, but yes, that is the case here. So we will be transitioning into Discord. Now, unfortunately, as I mentioned, I cannot pull up my VPSs right now, which doesn't give me as much to talk about with you guys today and to give you as many visuals, unfortunately. Again, I don't know what happened to my passwords, but all of a sudden they all got deleted from Microsoft Remote Desktop, and I am unsure, as you can see, why that is. So I'm going to have to update all these today and figure out exactly what went on there. But with that being said, let's take a look at the week ahead. Let's talk about what's going on. We have a new GearBox marketing video coming out. We have new versions of GearBox coming out very soon that are going into beta testing this weekend. There's a lot of exciting stuff. I know we've been talking about GearBox Pro since the beginning of the year and GearBox and a lot of these updates, but please know that when we add a lot of new features to a product, it requires a good amount of testing before we are comfortable releasing them. Some developers maybe don't do as much testing. We do a lot of testing because we know that we have a very customizable product, and when you add new customizable features, one new feature could throw off other features. So we want to make sure everything's intact, things are working beautifully and perfect. So we've been very big on that, and we are very, very excited about that. So with that being said, let us go into the next phase and go ahead here, and we are going to go over here to look at Forex Factory and take a look at the news ahead. All right. So let's take a look. And we're going to filter by red folder, of course. And taking a look, we have a light red folder news week with some USD and some GBP news. Nothing too crazy. It's a very light week. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a little bit of red folders. But it does look like a very light week. Nothing I would be telling you to go extra conservative on. Practice your normal risk management strategy. And we should be seeing some great movement in the market that produces some profit for some users. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning into the GearBox call, and note that next week I'm going to have a lot more exciting updates for you and to be able to show you guys some phenomenal results from the new beta tests going on with some of the new features. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in with us as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one next week. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody, and a phenomenal weekend ahead.